Evangelical Zionist deceptions brings judgments on America. Again, our Shabbat study topic is Evangelical Zionist deception brings judgments on America. Our meditation scriptures are Genesis chapter 15, verses 13 through 14, and 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 22 through 23. They read as thus. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore had Yahweh have put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and Yahweh have spoken evil concerning thee. Selah. Currently in America is a huge Zionist movement among evangelical Christians, particularly among those evangelical Christians who comprise the so-called Bible Belt red states in the South. It is amazing that the primary American base of Zionist supporters of the state of Israel are in states that were the main oppressors and enslavers of the ancient Israelite people during the time of slavery in America. In our lesson tonight, we will show how the prophecy of the post-400-year judgment on America, because of its slavery and oppression of you, the ancient Israelite people, as stated in Genesis 15, verses 12 through 14. Our lesson tonight will show that a judgment is coming that will be characterized upon America by strong delusion that Yah sends upon America to believe the lie that they will be blessed by supporting the Antichrist Zionist state of Israel, and thereby be damned for not loving the truth and oppressing you, the ancient Israelites, as stated in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 10 through 12. It states, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Elohim shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. The evangelical Christian Zionist deception is that they have been the main oppressors and haters of the Israelites in America, while at the same time being supporters of the synagogue of Satan, who hate Yahshua, as stated in the blasphemous writings of the Talmud, the holy book of Judaism. This is why our master Yahshua says to his Israelite believers, and even to his Gentile believers in the congregation of Smyrna in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, in which he says, I know thy works, the tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. It is this very confused alliance of American evangelical Christians with the Zionist synagogue of Satan that serves as a sign that incites Yah's judgments upon America. In our lesson tonight, from Genesis 15, verses 12 through 14, regarding the post-400-year prophecy pronouncement of judgment on America, we will see how Yah sets up judgment on America through the deception of the Evangelical Christian alliance with the Zionist state of Israel. This post 400-year judgment on America is described in Genesis chapter 15, verse 12 through 14, particularly in verse 14. And it reads as thus again, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. Since the 400-year marker of Israelite sojourning in America was reached in August 2019, the alliance between American foreign policy with the state of Israel has surged, particularly since the October 7th, 2023 attack by Hamas on Israel that has resulted in a regional war, which America has been deeply supportive of the Zionist state of Israel. AIPAC, the Zionist lobby, has bought out the Congress and the White House, and America has sent billions of dollars of your tax money for equipment to the Israeli state. Evangelical Christian lobbyists for the state of Israel are making numerous false prophecies about helping the state of Israel is a blessing to America. Yet the Israelis hate Yahshua, and they and the evangelical Christians hate the ancient Israelite awakening taking place in America. So it is evident that there is no blessing for these evangelical Zionists. In fact, to the contrary, their false prophecy regarding Zionist Israel is the very catalyst that will deceive both the state of Israel and America to fall into the judgment of Yah's anger and wrath. Because when Yah judges America, as foretold in Genesis 15, verse 14, which states in the wake of the 400-year milestone, it states, and also that nation who they shall serve will I judge. The time of judgment on America will also result in the fall of the state of Israel, because it only can exist by the support of America. Yet evangelical Christian Zionists are proclaiming lies, which deceives many of them in America to persecute the ancient Israelite awakening, not realizing that this will result in severe judgment on America, as foretold in Genesis 15:14, which in turn will lead to the fall of the state of Israel. So there is currently a lying spirit in the mouths of the evangelical Zionist preachers across America. And this is a sign of further increasing judgments coming upon America. For instance, in 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 19 through 23, an example of a lying spirit being dispatched by Yah into the mouths of false prophets of a particular nation, whose false preaching influences deceives that nation to fall into the judgment of Yah, as we are now seeing and hearing evangelical lying Christian Zionist preaching that will influence America to fall into judgment, as stated in 1 Kings 22, verse 19 through 23. And he said, hear thou now therefore the word of Yah. I saw Yah sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yah and said, I will persuade him. Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, Yah have put a lying spirit in the mouth of all of these thy prophets, and Yahweh have spoken evil concerning thee. Notice in verse 20, Yah calls out to the spirits gathering around his throne as to who, in this case, would persuade the wicked king Ahab of the northern kingdom of Israel to enter into a war that would be his downfall, as stated. Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? In verse 21, a spirit came forth before Yah and offered to be a lying spirit in the mouths of all of Ahab's prophets, in order for them to prophesy falsely that he would defeat his enemy in war, which would deceive him into being brought down into judgment by the judgment of Yah, as stated, verse 22. And Yah said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, and go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, Yah have put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and Yah have spoken evil concerning thee. So because Ahab believed the lying spiritual teaching of the false prophets that was given to him by the lying spirit, he was killed in battle. As stated in verse 27 of 1 Kings 22:23, so the king died and was brought to Samaria, and they buried the king in Samaria. This account in 1 Kings 22 is an example of what I believe Yah has done to bring America likewise into judgment by using the lying false teaching among evangelical Zionist preachers who are declaring that America must support the Zionist state of Israel in a war with Iran, and that Yah will bless America for this. Yet the evangelical Zionist racists who have suppressed the true Israelite awakening and have supported the Antichrist regime of the Zionist state of Israel, which hates Yahshua, they are misleading America into the judgment spoken of in Genesis 15, verse 14, that happens just before our second Exodus. The incitement of the lying spirit of the false prophets who preached lies to lead to the fall of Ahab in 1 Kings 22 is similar to how evangelical Zionist Christians in America have a lying spirit upon them that will lead America into judgment because they have sided with those who hate Yah and hate his Messiah, Yahshua, our Savior. For instance, in 2 Chronicles chapter 19, even the righteous king Jehoshaphat of Judah, who supported Ahab's war, was rebuked by the prophet Jehu because he followed the advice, like Ahab did, of the lying false prophets. It states in verse 2 of 2 Chronicles 19, and Jehu, the son of Hanani, the seer, went out to meet him and said to King Jehoshaphat, shouldest thou hate the ungodly and love them that hate Yah? Therefore is wrath upon thee from before Yahweh. So too today, Yah is saying that for America to support the state of Israel will bring wrath upon America, not blessing. It will bring wrath upon America because many believe among evangelical Christians the false teachings of the evangelical Zionist preachers who are inciting America to press for war against Iran. So, as stated in 1 Kings 22, verses 22 through 23, Yah said in verse 22 that the lying spirit would be pervasive and would prevail through the false lying statements of the false prophets that would deceive Ahab into the war of his death, as stated again in verse 22 and 23 of 1 Kings 22. It states, and Yah said unto him, wherewith? And he said, that is, the lying spirit said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now, therefore, behold, Yah put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. And Yah has spoken evil concerning thee. Notice in verse 22 of 1 Kings 22, it states that the lying spirit would prevail. He would prevail in being a lying spirit among the false prophets who would influence Ahab's kingdom to fall. And the word prevail also means to overcome. This means that the lying spirit would have a very convincing persuasion that would become the dominant influence on that nation. And that influence could not be stopped until that nation was judged. In this case, it was Ahab's death in war at Ramoth Gilead. Likewise, in Revelation chapter 6, verse 2, a spirit will be unleashed that will likewise prevail in its power and influence in misleading and inciting the world into judgment. And this would include inciting America, as stated in Revelation chapter 6, verses 1 through 2. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. Based on Zechariah chapter 6, verse 4, the white horse and rider with the bow in Revelation 6, 2 is one of four spirits who are called spirits of the heavens, as stated in Zechariah chapter 6, verse 3 through 4, which state, in the first chariot were red horses, and in the second chariot, black horses, and in the third chariot, white horses, and in the fourth chariot, gristled and bay horses. Then I answered and said unto the angel that talked with me, what are these, my master? And the angel answered and said unto me, these are the four spirits of the heavens, which go forth from standing before Yah of all the earth. So this white horse and rider in Revelation chapter 6, verse 2 is likewise one of four horses of different colors. In three of the horses of Revelation 6, they match the three colored horses in Zechariah chapter 6, verse 2 through 3, particularly the red, black, and white ones. In Revelation 6, 2, the rider of the white horse has a crown and a bow. He goes forth to conquer or prevail, just as the lying spirit was sent forth by Yah to prevail in the deception of King Ahab by the preaching of false lying prophets in 1 Kings chapter 22. So this white horse rider in Revelation 6, 2, this white horse rider with the bow would then represent a spirit entity sent out to incite animosity among the nations of the world. The empty bow, that is, he has a bow, but he doesn't have arrows. The empty bow he carries is as though he's appearing to represent peace, but it's a false peace. And his false peace is really a pretense to set up more war. Just as we see Anthony Blinken right now trying to set up peace in the Middle East, well, everybody knows that's all a front. He's actually paving the way for war by getting other nations to drop their guard with the pleasing words of "we are for peace." As one psalmist said, "I'm for peace, but they are for war." Even we saw the sister in the United Nations speaking, "Oh, we are for peace." The UN representative, the sister in the UN, America's UN representative, she was singing that same old, like James Brown's song said, that same old funky song of lies. They're not for peace. Blinken is not shuttle diplomacy there for peace. Even the terms in which they are talking about peace are so unrealistic and stupid. It's a game. It's a deception. It's a pretense. It is the result of a lying spirit that has enticed American foreign policy to bring America down and to bring judgment on America. For instance, the beast is described in Daniel 8:25, as it says, "By peace he will destroy many." Also, as it says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." So the white horse in Revelation 6:2 will prevail upon inciting the nations with a strong delusion, with a lying fake peace plan that really is setting up the world for war. Because immediately following the white horse in Revelation 6:2 comes the red horse of war, as stated in verse 3 of Revelation 6. "And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, 'Come and see.' And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat there to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." So eventually, evangelical Christian Zionists will get that world war that they have been deceived to believe. And they also been deceived to believe that they will be raptured out before it all totally breaks out. This is the deception and lying spirit upon evangelical Zionist Christians who support the Antichrist Zionist state of Israel. Our master Yeshua said of them in Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 through 23, he said, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. And a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits you shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, 'Master, Master,' shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, 'Adonai, Adonai, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works.' And then will I profess unto them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity.'" Selah, hallelujah.